Now the next section is identify the available default environment variables during the construction of the workflow. So in GitHub Actions, there are several types of environment variables that you can use to manage and control your workflows. So these includes like default variables. So GitHub Actions provides set of default variables that are automatically available in every workflow run. So it includes like GitHub underscore repository, GitHub underscore SHA, GitHub underscore event name. So these variables contain information about the repository. So the user triggering the workflow, the commit SHA, and type of event that triggered the workflow. Those are some of the environment variables, and we will look at a list. But now let's look at an example of it, a demo of some of the environment variables that are available. So I'm going to go back to my repository and my workflow file, and let's create a new workflow. So I'm going to name it as default variables example, and it would be on push, let's say branch main. So that's another way to write an event. And then jobs, right? Let's say we have a job call example runs on Ubuntu latest, and then steps. And let's just say it's display default variables run, and we are going to provide some echo statements and print those variables. GitHub repositories. So this variable will print the GitHub repository. Or we have actor. We also have SHA, and then event name. So that's how you can utilize the variables and example of some of the variables that are available to us. And we are going to look at a complete list in the next video. But let me commit the changes and let's take a look at the variables. And we are pushing to the main branch. So let's look at the example. And let's look at the display. So the repository, the GitHub repository variable, this is correct. It should be actor and not action. I think I mistyped it, but that's the user, the SHA, and the event is push. So we can see going back here or looking at the workflow file here, it printed what we had asked it to print. And these are the environment variables that you can use in your workflows.